All right. Hey, everybody. Anybody? IceCat79 coming at you once again. Actually, switch to that one. That'll work a little bit better. Yeah, coming at you once again. We're going to continue on where we left off in our last video. I think we had our beginning. Let me switch back to this. I don't know why I just switched to that. I did, because I was looking in the wrong camera. That's kind of why. So basically we have our beginning and we have our ending scene. Not much changes between them. You can see up here you have the title change where it says stream, thanks for watching, stream will begin, thanks for watching. And then the color of our tiger changes. And I was kind of looking at this and I don't know if I really like this this background on it. Like the texture on the background. I'm almost thinking I just want to like maybe make just a nice gradient go on there. I'm gonna try and see if I can take a look at it full screen, and you can do this by right clicking, and then it's full screen projector or window projector. I don't know what. I'm just gonna do windowed. And this is what it's gonna look like full screen. And I'm looking at the background and it looks, yeah, I don't know if I like that background. I like this. There's plenty of names, plenty of space for the names, plenty of names. But yeah, this needs a gradient. This definitely needs a gradient. That'll stand out more. That'll look really nice. So let me exit out of this. And yeah, we're gonna do that real quick. So we'll go back into Photoshop, and remember, we can always change the background. And because we did this all in layers and stuff, this will be really easy to do because we can just turn off that background, right? So let's just make a new layer here. Get it out of there. Let's bring it way down here. I know it's messy and it looks crazy, but it'll probably drive some people nuts. Let's just call this new. Let's just call it gradient. Grad back. Grad background. There you go. And then I'm going to turn this off. And since we got this, let's do a gradient. And I do like that gray color. And my gradients are all weird. Like, I don't know why it doesn't show up there. I don't know how to fix that. But I want like a gray. Well, if I put white, let's try a white. Let's try this. Let's see what this looks like. Obviously, it's not going to show up very well here. Yeah, I don't like that. No white. White is nice, though. And it matches my my rolling screen. I can do a light and a dark theme, I guess. I can always change the rolling screen, too. I'm just trying to see all the different ideas I could have here. That doesn't look bad. I don't really like that either. It's just straight up and down. That looks stupid. We definitely don't want that. I kind of like that one, but I want it to be darker. Oh, well, this would help too. I'm just trying to find one that I like. Alright, here, let's change this. Let's make this darker. Let's hit OK. I'm still not liking that. I'm still just not digging it. It's too light still. So let's go. This is black, right? It's not 100% black. Let's make this darker even. I've never really played around too much with gradients. I mean, I have, but like... That's not bad. Because the chat is going to be over here. I still not 100% like that. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe I should try and make it come off with these... It's kind of like that. You know what? That doesn't look too bad. I kind of like it. No. I kind of like that. And this chat, I'm just imagining like chat lines going up above this. Let's do that. Let's try this. Let's just have some fun. See what happens when we do something like... I don't like that. Oh, that's not too bad. It's kind of dark. Well, let's put this back on. Not multiply. Yeah, let's do something like that. There's still some sort of texture there. I think I like that. That looks a little bit nicer. I don't know. I'll try that. We'll try that. So, this one, I'm going to do ending, save, okay, and then we're going to turn off ending, turn on beginning, Yeah, that looks alright. I'm just resaving the images here. Alright, I'm going to minimize this. And as we can see, it looks like it updated the images, which is good. I like it. It looks a lot better. I think it looks a lot nicer. Then once we do Streamlabs, we'll kind of put that up in there. It'll look a little bit different because Streamlabs won't let me duplicate it or whatever, but it doesn't matter. So there's that. Let's work on our in-game and our break screen. I just kind of want to show you a quick example of what we're setting up here. I don't know if I have it on here anymore. See view. I did a scene collection for... No, I don't. For a buddy of mine. And no, this is just the one that I'm using right now. Yeah. And it's gonna look all weird, so we'll switch back to this one. But basically, I hope you kind of get the idea. You'll probably get the idea with the next thing that we're gonna build. So let's build the next scene. Let's just get right into it. Let's call it in game. I'll call it in game. Okay. And then we'll make just one more and we'll call this break. So let's just kind of set these up in motion here where they're supposed to be, so it goes kind of in a flow of how the stream is going to go. You're going to start with an intro, you know, play the game, probably going to take a break, and then you'll go to your ending. So for in-game, let's go into Photoshop quick here. Let's turn off this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the ending and beginning. And I'm going to move ending and beginning up towards the top, because those two are done. So let's work on our in-game first. We'll bring the in-game up there. That didn't work. There we go. So we're going to work on in-game. So we got nothing in here. So how do we want to set up our in-game? Let's do what we did before. I'm just going to take a blank layer here. Take my brush. So when we're in game, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like, a lot of games you have information, you got to think where your information is going to be, you know, where the information of the game is going to be. There's some places that'll have like stats that are kind of down here, right? There's some that'll have stats that are up in the corner here, usually not in the middle of the screen. So you kind of want to try and avoid like maybe the corners a little bit, which is kind of hard to do when you have a webcam. So what we want to do is we know that we want the webcam to be its own separate entity. So I'm just going to pick a red color here, and this one we know is going to be its own separate entity. But I want it in a specific spot, so I'm gonna put it down in this corner because there's really not usually tons of stuff in the bottom corner, but usually not in the bottom right hand corner. Left makes sense because we read, you know, left to right. So right hand corner not so much. So that's where we're gonna put our webcam. So I'm gonna do the webcam here, but I'm going to make it small because obviously I want my main screen to be the game that I'm playing. So we'll just put a little smiley face here. And then I think that I'm going to have a new donor tab coming out here and one here for recent followers. So it'll have people's names if they donate, people's names if they, they subscribe or follow or whatever. Obviously, we're going to have probably a chat box at some point. Let me turn this off. There we go. And then that, and then maybe like we'll put our name bar at the bottom, like in the middle. We could keep it at the top just to keep it simple. But I think switching it up a little bit is kind of nice. And then we'll just have our main viewing area kind of right in here. Now, you can do a couple different things at this point too, is if you want, you could have your, we were going to make those all floatable, weren't we? Whatever. Doesn't matter. We'll remember, this has to be on its own. So why don't we, for simplicity's sake, we're designing here. We can do what we want. Let's just move this piece out there. Let's switch back to this. Let's keep their top bar up here, right? And then I think we're gonna put our well, let's find out what we want to do, I guess. Let's just see how it looks. Because I'm trying to debate on whether I want the information to be on the top or the bottom, or if I want... I think I'm going to do the top bar here. I'm going to erase these. Our little donor tabs will be... I don't want that. They're going to be down here. And then our webcam will be up here more, above it. So it won't be bad. And we can move it all around if we want. It doesn't really matter. So let's just jump into it here. Enough bullshitting around. I'm going to go to our resources. And I'm going to take our, well, I actually don't need to take it out of resources. I'm just going to take it out of the beginning. I'm going to take all the stuff that I want. So I'm going to want the, let's take the webcam box. Let's take the nameplate. And we're going to put that into in-game. Copy that. And then throw it into in-game. So those are good. We got our webcam box in there. And we'll shrink that down a little bit later. Let's take a look into shrinking this nameplate down even more, just because we are in in-game mode. I want as much screen real estate as possible, but I still want this to be viewable. So let's just do a Control T. Let's see if we can shrink it up here. Let's make it really small. Like that. That's still pretty viewable. I don't think it's too bad. Let's call that it. And then let's put that in the middle again. Alright. There we go. Now we want to do this. Bloop. There we go. Right in the middle. That's good. Webcam box. let's wait until we put in our little donation things. Let's add those in next here. Let's close this up. Well, we want resources, duh. We could do little boxes, or we could do, where is it? In-game alerts. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's do a Control T to transform them to make them fit. Wait, Control. Nope, we did that wrong, didn't we? You know what? We did that wrong. We have to redo this. Why? Because we didn't copy it. There we go. I'm going to turn that off now. Now we can do that. Why is this open? There we go. Okay, now Control T. Bring those down. Alright, so we have two different colors here that we can choose from. We can put these up top, or I can go with the blue, put those down here on the bottom. I'm thinking that I want to go with, well, you know what? Why don't we split these up real quick? I gotta move this, oops, where I can see them. That's good. There we go. That one. Control C, Control V, Control Z. Nope. Merge group. There we go. All right. And then last but not least, and then we can delete this one. Blue. Follow. Yep. Blue. Donor. Orange. Orange. There. So we got those. I'm gonna Control G to group them, rename it. I'm gonna call it ORANGE. And then this one. Oops, not that one. G. Control G, and then we group it. That's blue. Now we can do this, turn these off. We got both of these. Let's shrink them down. And I'm thinking I want it to be in the corner here. And I'm just looking at just the one here. I know I have two of them, but I'm sizing these each at the same time so that I can bring the other one over when I want to. But I'm finding the right size here. I'm thinking I'm going to go with that. Well, actually, here, let's do this. Let's make sure it lines up. Oh yeah. I don't want to do that just yet then. Do this. Put this right on here so it like lines right up there. Fairly nice. Alright, let's kind of line this up just a little bit here. Give it some nudges. Some sweet, cuddly nudges. See, if I have it that... I don't really want it that big. I'm going to keep it that big. It's going to look a little bit strange. It'll look like that. And I kind of want to do maybe something like that. Make it nice and small like that. Let's try that. It's really close to the edge though. I don't know if I like it that much. Yeah, let's move this other orange one. Then we can do this. Just so it's slightly off there. And if we do it careful enough, my mouse is too twitchy. There's that. So that's good enough. We'll just move this manually. It'll be good enough. So there's that. We got those set up there. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's pretty nice. It's small. It's a lot of screen real estate still. Let's try and get the webcam box situated here. That's obviously way too big. So first Control T, and I'm going to hold down Shift and click and drag in the corner. And let's make it pretty small. I don't need it to be huge. If I want to have I want it to be able to still be able to read where it says Ice Cat. So I'm thinking here we can move this up. Or we had it and we were going to put it down here, right? So let's look at that. That doesn't look too bad. We have a little webcam that doesn't always have to be on. We'd have maybe our chat going on here, which that doesn't need a border or anything like that. So, and if we wanted to, we could even put it up in the corner here. And I think this is small enough where it's not going to block out too much important information. And we can always turn it off. We'll make a lower one too for this, and then we can always switch it depending upon what type of game we have. If all the information's down here or up here, we can turn those off. But I think this works out really, really nice. I like that for an in-game look. So why don't we quick get the other nameplate, the bottom nameplate in here. Let's go to our resources and our bottom nameplate. going to copy it, bring it up over here. And then I'm going to well, I wanted to merge it. There we go. Now I can merge it. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. Merge group, then Control T, and we're going to bring this down until we can get it pretty even with this here. So I want it to kind of be that way. Kind of like that. That's pretty close. Yeah, I'd say that's good. So then let's bring that, hold the shift, and click and drag so it stays even. And we got that. Oh, you know what? I always forget that this thing does have, let's zoom in here. If we look close, I think it has a gray edge. Yeah, it does. It has a little gray edge here. I don't know if I like that gray edge. And we can shave it off so it's just this for the, yeah, I think that's fine. We'll just bring that down. That gray edge isn't seen. Oh, but that brings that close, doesn't it? Nope. We're keeping the gray edge. That darn gray edge. I think that's good. And let's fix this one. That. Oh, it's gonna be hard to see. Alright, I'm gonna call that good. Yeah, that's good. So we got that. These things don't have an edge, but that's really, really close, and I don't know if I like that. Let's take a look at how it looks again. I like it. It's nice and slick looking. I do kind of want to keep it. We'll keep it. I'm not going to fix it. We'll keep it. Not going to mess with it. Alright, now we need to turn off the orange, because we got those all sized. This is going to be our blue. And actually, let's keep the orange on for a second. And we're going to do this. Make sure it's able to move. Select the blue. Bring that up here. I'm going to try and make it the same size again. It's going to be too small. Let's go just about there, I'm thinking. Let's zoom in here so we can get really close. So that, and then here, let's move this out this way. We know where the edge is. It's right where the border is, so that is perfect. And then we want to just get this even with this. So I'm going to click that here, click and hold, and then hit shift and just drag it up until it's even. That's pretty good. We're going to call it that. And then we're going to move this. Nope. I lied. That's not what we want. Is it? Alright, we gotta get this right. I don't know. This is weird. It's doing different things. We'll make it look different. It'll be fine. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. So it's about that. Yeah, that's about the same. We'll call it good. Alright. We're going to make this one look a little bit different for the bottom. I guess give it a little bit of personality. So this... I'm going to put it right here, right in the corner. And then follower. So something like that, I guess. It'll be alright looking, I think. And then, yeah, and then this can obviously move around wherever it needs to, but this will be the bottom. This will be the top. Or I could have done, you know, I could do something where I take, let's turn that off, where I take one of these nameplates off, and then I take that off, so I could make it look like that. That's not bad looking, but I'd like it all at one spot. This still takes up a little bit too much real estate rather than having it here. So I think it's going to be that. That'll be the bottom one, and then we'll have the top one. So let's make those. So we got the bottom, we got the top. And since we have that and we have the nameplates and they're all set up with this, so the top is with the orange, so let's take the top, just drop that into orange, and let's take this nameplate into blue and drop that into there. Then we have our webcam box, so let's turn off our background. And turn off our, let's do the orange one first. So Control A to select all, and Control C, Control N, and then hit enter, and then Control V to paste. That's not what we wanted. Control Z. Nope. And why? Because we were selected on the blue. The blue's not even there, so we weren't even doing the right thing. So let's do this. Turn off resources, but keep that on. There we go. Now Control C. Control C, Control N. Is it gonna work for us now? No. Oh, Lord. Trial and error, right? What's still going on here? Control Shift C. So I can do everything. Control N. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. this is Control Shift S to save it. This is going to be a PNG, and we're going to call this top bar. We're going to call it nameplate top. I'm just going to say it. Save. Oh, no. Never mind. Nope. I lied. We're going to call it this. Yeah, we're going to call it that. But we're just going to call it in-game top nameplate. Save. Okay. So there's that one. Let's see if we can do this again without... Do it right the first time, right? So orange off. Let's turn blue on. And Control Shift C. And Control N. Enter. Control V. Double click this layer for the background. Hit enter. Delete. Got that. It's got the PNG. Control Shift S to save. Select PNG. And then I'm going to call this nameplate top. Here we go. We're going to call this bottom. And I'm going to actually delete this. I'm trying to remember here. It probably won't let us bring it up. Oh yeah, it will. Okay. So in the beginning we have... We didn't do our nameplate separate, right? That's just part of the background. Okay. Then we're good. Go back to play. I'm going to call it this. And call it bottom. Save. Okay. So now we got that, and then the last thing that we need to do is turn this off, our webcam box. I'm just going to hit Control Shift C anyway, Control N for new, enter, Control V, double click, enter, delete, Control Shift S, PNG, and then we're going to call this in-game web box that's starting. But let's just call this in-game. And hit enter. Alright, so now we can go back into OBS, into our in-game. Let's add we don't want a background because our whole screen is going to be our gameplay area, so we want to put in our display capture, and we already have display capture main here, so we're going to put that in there by hitting this add existing button. Display capture, okay, so we have our full main display capture, and if I just did this, why isn't it showing up in our sources though? That's kind of strange, huh? There we go. Now it is. That was weird. But I want to also add my second monitor. If you have a second monitor, you can do this. And you can switch back and forth between the two. Display capture secondary. That is going to be my second monitor here. Yep. Okay. I actually have 3 monitors, but I'm not going to do a third one. Of course, again, it's showing strange. There we go. Normally, you shouldn't have to do that. So we have our two main monitors here. We have this one and that one. What we're going to do is let's put our nameplates in here. So let's just go with an image. And this is going to be a new image. This is going to be top nameplate. And we'll do OK. We'll browse for our top nameplate. Let's see in this. And we called it in-game top nameplate. So we got that. And look, beautiful. It placed it exactly where we wanted it to. And I think that looks great. And then let's add in our bottom nameplate. Image. Bottom nameplate, we'll browse for it. Here it is. Okay. And of course we're going to have to move this one. I don't know what's going on with OBS that it's doing that, but pain in the butt. Alright, and that puts it right where we want it to be. It doesn't look as good, but it's alright. Yeah. And that way we don't have to have both of these on. We can just lock those in place since we're not moving them. And I'm going to turn off the bottom one, just have the top one on. And then we got to add the webcam box still, so that's another image. And of course this is going to be different, so this is going to be in game cam box. Okay. And we're going to browse in-game webcam box. And we can see up here that we have that, and it's really small. And you see how it has just the red border right around the actual webcam box? If we were to save it, and we weren't to do a new layer like this, we were just to save it using this as our whole image, and then creating a PNG, we would have all this space, and then just this little thing. So it'd be like this whole thing would be in red, but it's just this. So it's better to kind of cut them down and cut the pieces out of the piece of paper, so to speak. So that's a little tip. And then we're going to add our webcam in here. If I can find it, that's video capture. And our webcam. And as you can see, we got the webcam here. We just have to make it small. Oops. Let's see, and it's going to be kind of tough to see. If you need to see it a little bit bigger, you can always bring this down a little bit too. So that makes it nicer. I still want to make sure that you guys can see what I'm seeing. And you can. Okay, that's good. So, bringing that down. We're going to put our... Get out of the way. We're going to put our webcam box, and of course we have to do this for some weird reason. Webcam box is going to be on top, so we're going to move our webcam under. And then I have to get really close to the screen here so I can see, so I can get super technical. You can see the webcam is kind of hanging off a little bit right there. We gotta fix that. So I'm gonna hit, make sure I'm on my webcam. Yep. And I'm gonna press shift and then move this down. Oh, I'm doing the webcam box apparently. Which I guess is fine. Get that to fit right in there, nice. Move this over. Okay, it looks like we kind of got it fitting now. I don't see it going over. I see this kind of covering it. So we should have our webcam nice and set there. I like it. Good, let's lock that webcam in because it's not going anywhere. I'm going to turn it off for now so that it doesn't have tons of PC power going on. So that looks really nice. And of course, we can always move our webcam around if we want, so we'll leave that unlocked. But these two should go together. We're going to group them. Group selected items, and we're just going to call this camera. So that way, oh, sorry. We're just going to lock up this, anything that's in this camera section here. Leave this unlocked. And now we should be able to move this around wherever we desire. Sweet. Good. It's exactly what we want. That way if we have upper or lower, we can just move the webcam box and we're good. So let's turn that off. Our end game should be ready. Now we're obviously going to have our game going on here. We'll play, blah, blah, blah. And then we want to set up something if we want to take a break. We could just go back to end game. Maybe. Or go back to the beginning for a break. That'd be fine. But we already have like all this stream starting soon, and we don't want to deal with that. So let's make a completely new end game or break screen. And I'm trying to decide if we want to just put this up as just a screen on its own. We could do a lot of different things here. One of the things that I want to do is I want to bring in my backgrounds that I created, and I don't think I created them on the stream earlier. But they are basically easily enough created. They look like this. Maybe if it'll open. They just look like that. Which now that I'm seeing it, I'm going to have to change the background here because that's not what I want. Well, you know what? Let's go to Photoshop. Let's create something completely unique for the background. Let's do something not completely unique, but different looking. Let's get artsy with it. I want something neat. So we're gonna turn off this. Turn off this. So end game is all done. We can lock that up. Then I'm going to turn it off. So we're at our break. What do we want to do? Let's keep our background on, of course. I think I'm going to let's take some text. Let's make taking a break really big. We don't really need to have like webcam on or anything like this. This is just like if we're taking a break, if we need to just quick like cut out of our scene and hide everything, we can do that. So we're gonna make like a break screen like that. So basically like I can just hit one button, it'll go to the break screen, it'll mute my microphone, it'll mute, turn off my webcam, go right to this, and maybe just start playing like some music or something. Something neat like that. We'll get a little bit funky with it. So the first thing I got is I got my background here, and I wanted text, so let's put that in there. We're going with the Futura Heavy again. Let's go with a really big font, like Sorry, I got a little bug. There we go. I had a little bug crawling around. Alright, so let's put some text in here. Again, let's change this. Let's go 100. It'll probably have to be bigger than that. Let's go 150. Stream is paused, and we're gonna color it a blue color. And I should have thought about this earlier. There we go. And we'll pick that color too, because we'll probably use that at some point. Let's turn this back off. And now let's color that. Let's go with that blue color. I'm gonna put something up here. And then let's just go, will return shortly. So we're just going to copy this text and be back, oops, back. I don't even know if that's how you spell momentarily. You know what? I think I need to do a Google search here to make sure that I'm right. I know it's moment, M-O-M-E-N-T. Oh, let's make sure that's how we spell it. It's with an I, of course. Moment, M-O-M-E-N-T, A-R-I-L-Y. A. Help for this. I was close. M-O-M-E-N-T-A-R-I-L-Y. Good Lord. Right? I probably still spelled it wrong. T-A-R-I-L-Y. T-A-R-I-L-Y. There we go. I think I like that better. We're going to color this yellow. And we'll put this kind of off to the side here. That's kind of neat. I like that. It's something different. And now I can put like something in the middle here. That'd be interesting. Let's do something like this. Let's move this up. Let's just get weird with it. I'm gonna put this down here. Move that out a bit. Move this out a bit. Jeez. Wow. I'm having a hard time here today. That would probably be better. Now, I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. I could just leave it looking like this, which would be fine. Yeah, I like that. That's okay. But I definitely want this and this. Oh. Not that. Not that. Whatever. I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then I think I'm gonna put a little ice cat right down here. I'm gonna make them white though. So I'm gonna take this, copy it into the break. This has to go into break. That has to go into break. This, here's this. We're going to turn off the effects on this. Actually, let's make it white. And we could do something like this. Make it real hard, real light. But I don't think I like that. I'm gonna keep it white, like this. And then we're gonna go... This thing is being a pain in the butt. There we go. White outline, let's go Control T. Let's bring it down here. Let's just make it kind of look like an official thing here. That'll be good. And then I'm going to take all three of these and just kind of move them so it's in the middle. I don't know if I like that. I might change it later. It's good for right now. Or what would it look like if we did this? This. There we go. Let me put this down here. That'd look kind of weird, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't like that. I don't even know if I like that. We're trying it out. We're trying it out. Or I could put this. You know what? Let's just do that. I'm gonna redo this. You probably shouldn't do that just because it makes it a little bit more pixelated, but it'll be fine. I'm not too concerned with it. And then we're just gonna make sure that this is right in line with that. There we go. That's okay. It looks like an SNL maybe thing, or Conan, like something that would be on Conan for like an advertisement. Yeah, I think that's good. So we have our background now. We have our hide layer, I guess you could call it. So I'm gonna go Control-Shift-S to save it. Save it as a PNG. Or not PNG, JPEG. And we're just gonna call this break background. Okay. And since this is just going to be, I'm going to call it break background. Alright, I don't know what I'm listening to on my iPod here, but it's not great. Pump Fake by Snowing. I kind of like Snowing, but that song, whoosh, I cannot do it. Great googly moogly. Alright, and here's a break. Open that up. Got that. That looks beautiful. I like it. Looks pretty professional, I'd say. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. So that's pretty much it. Pretty cut and dry and simple. We got our end game, we got our break, we got our beginning and ending. So I think at this point with this, I will end this video because it's the second half of it. And I can't see how long I've been going. About an hour, so yeah. We'll end it and then we'll go on to another video here and make it a little bit more technical and add some other stuff in a different type of OBS. So with that, I will end this tutorial and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.